Houston needs to tread lightly because all Deshaun Watson has to do is start talking, and it'll raise the temperature on this. That's why I wouldn't be surprised this gets done fast. Just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Make a big killing in the draft. Get a guy who doesn't want to be there out of there. You don't want to have this thing sitting there. What are you hoping that, What are you hoping that he'll just come around?
Yeah, maybe they can change
He's not
his
going to
mind.
come around. It's not going to come around.
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah said earlier today, the one thing that's going to impact the situation with Watson is his willingness to sit and lose money. Principled guy, this is how he gains leverage. The threat of financial loss does not bother him.
Of course not. Because he's got the leverage. He's got it. Who's the backup there? I don't even know who the hell the backup is in the Houston Texans organization. What are you going to do?
That's a good question.
Honestly, does anybody know who the backup quarterback there is in Houston? And it's my job to know this stuff.
A.J. McCarron.
Okay, A.J. McCarron. All right.
And Josh McCown is your third quarterback.
Well, I mean, they loved him so much to give him a sit-down interview. Okay, let's go. A.J. McCarron. And then who are you going to go draft without a 1 and a 2? Because of Easterby's running mate. Is that honestly? Go for it. I'll sit down. It doesn't seem like he's hurting for cash. How old is Deshaun Watson? 25? 26? Really?
25.
25.
Yeah.
All right. So Houston Texans can go through that whole season and all that stuff and what? Or they can get all the draft capital back right now that they missed and go to work with a new head coach and a quarterback who wants to be there. Go to work.
As always, Rich, you could bet on Deshaun Watson's location for next year. So I put this up as a poll. If you're Deshaun, where do you want to play next year based on the betting favorites? The Jets are the favorite, followed by the Dolphins, 49ers, and Saints.
Hey, I will tell you this. I have said what I said because I love the Jets. I could not imagine in my wildest dreams as I was sitting through this dreadful year that their win against the Rams would actually be in any way, shape, or form helpful, or that their win against the Rams did not destroy their, let's put it this way, that their win against the Rams did not destroy their ability to get a head coach that would cause players to want to go there. I thought Trevor Lawrence would be their best opportunity to get the head coach that would make players want to go there. And as it turns out, they got the guy in Robert Saleh that's making players want to go there.
Yep.
And they made a good hire, and they went fast. They went before anybody else could do it. They're like, that's the guy. Let's go get him. Let's not mess around. And I never thought in a million years that would potentially be in the ether or possible. And here they are with the guy that is causing a lot of players around the league go, let's see what they got cooking over there.
Yep.
And so I say that with, as you know, my heart on my sleeve here.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're bringing the 49ers system in there too. Or why don't you just go to the guy who's running it in San Francisco? Go there. Lynch is not going anywhere. They just made the Super Bowl last year. They've got a dynamite defense that when they come back and are healthy again. I mean, or you go hook yourself up. Look what Sean Payton did. He put somebody in the Hall of Fame or helped put somebody in the Hall of Fame. Deshaun Watson in that system? Are you kidding me? I'll tell you what, bro. I'll tell you what. Marcus Davenport was a kid that they traded up to go get in that draft where we thought they were going to get Lamar.
That's right.
We're like, hey, they're going to get Lamar.
Yep.
Nope. And then the year when the Chiefs moved up to draft somebody, we're like, here they come for Deshaun. Instead, it was Mahomes.
Yep.
And then the Texans go up and go get Deshaun Watson. And honestly, we were sitting there that night waiting to hear the Saints had moved up the entire time, waiting to hear that. Fact that, but I don't think the cap might not work. There's so many different ways. That's the problem with the Texans now, is that they've got a star player who wants out. Doesn't matter who the hell they hired, wants out. It's now out there that he's said he wants out. He's also got a no trade clause, so he might be giving a list to them saying, "This is where I want to go." And the team might just say, screw it, we don't care. We need the capital. And so we're going to make the best possible deal so we can get the best possible deal back. And Deshaun could say, no, don't want to go there. Sorry. So they actually have to work together to get this done. What if Deshaun says, I want to go to Indianapolis? Oh, the Texans will be like, well, then you could sit at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because we're not going to do that.
Right.
not going to be able to do it.
And he could say, I want to go to the Miami and I want to go to the Jets. And they could be like, we don't want to see you for 4 years. That's why San Francisco might win the day, maybe. I don't know.
Could you imagine him with Kyle Shanahan?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's got to sit there and think the same thing.
And those young wide receivers.
And he gets away, and you get, honestly,
and Mostert.
I shouldn't be gaming this out in a way where the answer isn't the Jets, but I'm a professional. Wouldn't you want to get as far away from Mahomes as possible?
Yeah. You don't want to. You want to see him in the Super Bowl.
That's it.
Not the AFC Championship.
That's
game.
it. So that might be sort of a dovetail that works in everyone's favor. You got to find the common ground, even though the only common ground that could have kept Watson is the sale of the franchise, apparently. So the common ground is we don't want to see you for 4 years, and Mahomes is in Watson's head. Like, I don't want to see him unless it's in the Super Bowl, or certainly once every 4 years either. I'll be the dominant force in the NFC where Breeze is leaving, and Rodgers, might not. Brady's going to be gone in at least a year or two. I mean, we're assuming he's not going to play till he's 50.
Don't assume that.
Right. That might make the most sense, don't you think?
But, guys, I don't know Deshaun Watson, but something tells me Deshaun Watson is not of the thought of, I want to escape Patrick Mahomes. These guys are alpha dogs, and I just would not assume he'd be like, I think he'd want that dude. He'd want to beat that guy. I don't see him going, let me get out of this conference.
Yeah, but let's beat him in the Super Bowl,
Look, I think it's all going to come down to this, is what is the Texans' stomach for making Deshaun Watson sit against the obvious, which is it's unsustainable to make him sit, and it doesn't make sense to do it. You don't have a first, you don't have a second. You've got a cap problem, and you've got a new general manager and a new head coach. Start from scratch, as difficult as that may be to a lot of the veterans that are in that locker room, and as difficult and troubling as it may be to sell to a fan base that we're, knock on wood if you're with me, post-pandemic's going to have to put fannies in the seats. That's why I'm saying, at least with the Jets, you ask for Darnold back, and you get a kid who's a dynamite face of a franchise. Lets everything roll off his back. Perfect situation. And you can get draft capital. Be done with it. But Deshaun's got to want to go there. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.